Hi, in this video, we are going to build a voice AI agent with extensive knowledge using not just one, but three different RAG technique along with function calling abilities to create a super AI agent using LlamaIndex and LiveKit. In this channel, I have already covered about WebRTC and how to use WebRTC effectively to create almost latency-free voice AI agents to avoid high API cost like OpenAI's real-time API. In this video, we are going to improve that AI agent with effective RAG technology and show you three different RAG techniques and discuss its limitation and use cases. And as always, we will use a real-time business use case to explain everything in details. So let's not waste any further time and let's dive in. Hey, welcome back to the core tutorial. In this video, we are going to actually build and run this almost production ready AI agent with this complex workflow with voice and video feed abilities. Now, if you are already following this series of this video, you know that I'm building all these agents using WebRTC framework, and I have already created three videos previously. So if you go to the channel, you will see three videos here. This is the first one where actually I have explained more about how a normal AI agent works, like the one that you usually see on YouTube, where user makes a call or talks directly with the AI agent. I have talked about what are the different problems with this kind of AI agent system and why this kind of AI agent brings a lot of latency. I know there is this OpenAI's real-time API that you can use to bring down latency, but that is really costly. So that is why in this video, we have actually explained in detail how in fact OpenAI itself has used this WebRTC framework to create their own voice assistant that you actually do interact with in their mobile app. So I have discussed all of this in detail regarding the architecture and everything, how things will work in WebRTC framework. So please check out this video if you want to know more in details. In the second video, we have actually came up with a really intriguing workflow for a dental agency, the same dental agency that you are seeing here. And in this video, what we have added is the video feed or video processing capability within this AI agent so that the AI agent can look through the camera and take the image and frames and it can process it while it is making communication with you over WebRTC framework. And in the last part, what we have done is we have added the function calling ability in that particular AI agent, making it really comprehensive for a dental agency business. We have explained all the workflows in very detail, but don't worry about it if you are jumping straight into the video because I'm just going to very quickly run through the workflow before we proceed into what we are actually going to do in this video. We have also talked about some other automations that you could build upon, right? Now let's quickly talk about the workflow, right? So what is happening really is we have made really engaging futuristic website for this dental service, whereas whenever the client will actually try to connect with the dental service, they can directly talk with the AI agent using the website. They don't have to pick up their phone or anything. So this sometime will get a lot of these dental businesses customers upfront, because a lot of the time customers are reluctant to pick up their phone and call. A lot of the time we like to do messages, we like to talk with a system rather than a person, because a lot of the person don't want to open up about their issues directly to another human. So that was the whole reason why what we have done is we have created a website which is really powerful, which is a multimodal website. I'll show you later in the video if you have not seen it already as part of the previous videos. And what is happening is once the user is coming to the website, it clicks on the get assistance or free assistance, and it immediately spins up the AI assistant within the website in the browser, and the human or the customer or potential lead starts talking with the AI assistant. And as part of the communication, the AI assistant is intelligently picking up all the user data and saves it into the CRM. And then the user actually is asking, talking about his potential issues, uh, and based on the urgency of the issue, the assistant probably just take image of from the user or video feed from the user, ask him to show his teeth or something like that, and then basically does some image processing, and that it provides some kind of advice while it is trying to get the user into an in-person appointment booking, right? Now, these are all good, but what I have realized now is if you see the like the last video, so we are expecting that the human would basically will talk about his issues immediately after he provides his information to the AI assistant. But you know what? When there is a voice communication running between two person or between an AI agent and a human, there is really no static flow that works, right? For example, in an AI chatbot, you can actually force the user to give his information or force the user to almost force the user to talk about his issues or whatever, however you want to design the system. But in a more dynamic communications, that's not really possible always, right? Because in a dynamic communication, user can just simply ignore giving out his details or her details. Rather, it can ask questions. A lot of the time user can just ask questions about the services or the prices rather than talk about his own issues, right? So that's what I have realized, and that is where I thought we should now integrate an RAG based system or retrieval augmented generation with a knowledge base, of course, so that the AI agent can actually answer a lot of the user query that an usual help desk would actually answer to a potential customer, right? So this is where I have bit redesigned the system now, where we are now actually in the workflow of the AI agent. We say, is the question that or is a query that user is asking, is it a general query or is it actually an issues? If it is issues, then please go ahead and do whatever you are doing that we have covered in the previous video. And if it is a general query, it will go and fetch the information from its knowledge base and it will give answer to the user, right? Now, what will happen while this communication is going, even though user have not provided his information at upfront, the AI agent is now more intelligent where it will ask or it will craft the response in a way where it will continuously ask for users information like his email address or phone number or whatever you want or however you want to design the system, and so that it can save the information in the CRM. So it is not like this sequential flow. So now the AI agent is more matured, and now the AI agent is more dynamic. Agent actually supports more dynamic conversations where it can fetch the user's information at any stage and really save it into the database. So this is what we really want, right? This is how a human communication would happen, right? And it's basically again all the function calling was already added where we once it got enough information about the customer or the potential lead or the user, it basically sends out a link to the user's email address so that he can do the booking and everything. So this is the entire flow, of course. Now when implementing the RAG, there are basically three approach that we can do with LiveKit agent. So one of the approach is chat engine, another is query engine, and another is retrieval engine. We'll talk about all the three, its pros and cons. You will see it in the demo how all the three different RAG techniques are behaving differently. And then finally, I'll give my opinion of what I would probably preferably choose in this particular use case. So it really at very high level that what we are trying to do. But if you remember at the start of the video, what I have said is this is almost production ready. So remember the time it's not yet production ready. So we still have to do some other bits and we still have to make sure few other engineering blocks before we actually make it production and go live. So if you really want to see more videos on this series, please go ahead and subscribe the channel if you haven't done it already, because we are really making an AI agent here, which is going to be really powerful and can be used in a production scenario. So with that said, let's proceed to my IDE and let's go ahead and check out the code base. So now we are into our code base, and this is the same repository where we have been actually developing this particular agent. So if you have already seen the previous video, you should already have the link to this code. You just do a git pull develop and that will fetch the latest code. But if you're seeing it for the first time, please check out the link from the below and you will get access to this code absolutely for free. There is no charge and there is no catch really. Okay. And some of you have already asked for the front end code that I'm about to show you. I'll also going to update the front end code into the community. So if you really want to get the front end code as well, please go ahead, join the community using the same link that will take you to the community. Cool. Now, what we have done in the last video is we have created this AI customer help desk agent, and this agent had a lot of additional functions. This agent could do function calling. It could even call a human agent into the loops. If you remember, we have used Twilio APIs or Twilio SIP protocol to call an actual help desk number. So for example, think of a scenario where let's say user have asked a question which AI agent are not supposed to answer because this is more of a healthcare sector, so you have to be really careful how you design your AI assistant. So that is why if the AI agent feels like I should actually get an human help or human help desk help, we have actually created this AI agent to actually call out an human help desk number as well and bring the human assistant into the call itself, so the user can get more help from an human agent. So this is what we have already done. Now in this video, what we are going to do is we are just going to further improve this AI agent and add the RAG techniques. Basically. So what I have done really, I have kept 3 markdown files, each having some kind of informations or guide. For example, it talks about different services that this dental agency offers, what are the prices, that how much time it can take, how many sittings that probably customer would need to do for a particular therapy or particular procedures. We have also talked about some of the post-procedure care. For example, a customer could use this AI agent to talk about, hey, I have done this particular procedures with you. What are the post-procedure care I should do? I have forgot what are the standard procedure or that the doctor have told me. And I have also added another document that's like privacy policy, where it talks about what are all right user have regarding their data, how long the dental agency keeps their data in their system, just trying to make it more GDPR compliant. As you know, if you are from a Europe region, you have to comply with GDPR and all the other regulations and compliance stuff when you are creating any kind of system, right? Or you're running any kind of business. So this is what we have added here. This is again all like dummy data. Don't ever think about that these data are really like these data are real. But I've just added this free markdown file with some knowledge base just to give you some example. And then there are 3 RAG agent Python code that you can see. So first one will focus on chat engine RAG agent technique that I have talked about a little bit before. Then we'll talk about the query engine, and then we'll talk about the retrieval engine. So let's go ahead and focus on the chat. I'm not going through this env file and everything. So this I have already talked about in the previous video. What you really need just at a very high level is a LiveKit cloud account. If you don't want to use a cloud account for your business, you can easily actually self-host LiveKit. I'm going to bring another video on that, how to actually do a LiveKit installation on your local system or on a server, probably as a next video. So please subscribe to the channel again to see me building this whole AI agent for the production use. And this basically contains the LiveKit URL, API key secret. If you are using OpenAI API key, go ahead and use the OpenAI API key. Deepgram we are using for STT or speech to text. So that means whenever a user is talking, whenever a user is giving his input over the voice, we are using Deepgram to basically synthesize it into a text and before so that we can process it. And then you have webhook URL. This basically talks about our URL where the booking appointment function will be called, and CRM endpoint is where it will save all the user details. So that's the CRM endpoint. So I have already covered this in details in the previous videos. Please go ahead and look at those videos. I'll attach the links in the video description as well. Cool. Now let's focus onto the LlamaIndex chat engine. Now all I have done really is I have added few lines of code. So as you can see, this code I have added, and the only thing that I have changed here is I have added this LLM as combined LLM, and this line is added. Nothing else have been changed from the existing code. So from the existing code, if you see, we did not have this any RAG initializations stuff, and we were directly using the GPT. So GPT is like nothing but the OpenAI LLM with GPT-4 mean. That's what we are not using here. Instead, what we are doing, just quickly give you some insights, is here what we are doing is once you start up this agent, it basically check if there is already a persistent directory or dental knowledge storage. And if it finds that it doesn't exist, Then what it does is basically it first load the documents from the dental data where I have kept the markdown file, and then it creates the vector index from the documents. And once that is done, then it is going to actually store the vector embeddings for those documents into this particular directory. If, however, this already exists when you are starting the agent, that means it knows that the vector embeddings are already available. It doesn't need to really redo it. So that's why it's just keeping that. This is a very simple implementation. Again, it's not a production implementation. It is not how you should do it. You should use vector database stuff, but I have tried to keep it very simple so that you understand what we are trying to do here. And then finally, once this is all done, once the embeddings are created, it's basically creating a dental chat engine using the index that you have created here or here, right? Here you have created the vector index and use the as chat engine method, and the chat mode is chat mode, of course. Now where this is all coming from, this is all coming from the LlamaIndex. So if you don't know what is LlamaIndex, and if you really want to know more about LlamaIndex, please let me know in the comments. I'll create a more detailed video about LlamaIndex in near future. In a very high level, LlamaIndex and LangChain are not really very different. So LlamaIndex basically is a framework where it will give you all the tools that is necessary to probably parse PDF, text files, YouTube videos, like transcriptions, any unstructured data easily, and transform it into an embeddings and something so that you can use it with LLM. It's a very high level I'm talking. It has far more functionality and features like llama parse and all this other stuff. So I will probably bring another video, or if you are really interested, let me know in the comments. Now, so this is basically just using LlamaIndex and creating that chat engine. So this is basically using the OpenAI API under the hood. So all we are doing here, basically, when we are defining the assistant or AI agent, we are defining, hey, please use the combined LLM as our large language model. Now, what is combined LLM? So this is again using LlamaIndex.llm, and we are using the chat engine that we have created using the database. So basically, the chat engine contains all the reference to the documents and their embeddings. So this is what we are passing when we are defining the LLM that will be used in the assistant creation process. That's it. There is nothing else that I have added here. Now, why, you could ask me why you have done the combined LLM. The reason is because I wanted to test whether I could use some kind of a fallback mechanism. For example, this chat engine, if it fails or something, I could use a GPT-4 mini model directly. So that's what I wanted to try. I haven't tried it yet, but that was the whole idea why I have created the combined LLM, but I'll update about it later on. Cool. Now that this is all set, let's do a quick test and see how this is behaving. Now, again, everything is updated into the code, like the requirement.txt and everything with whatever plugin and everything that you need. So don't worry about it. All you need to do, just do pip install -r requirement.txt as you do for any other projects. Just create another Python environment and just install everything, the usual stuff. I'm not going through that. You can even ask ChatGPT or something to do that for you. Cool. Now let's start this particular Llama index. Oh, sorry, not inside the folder. So let's go there and do Llama index chat engine start. So once you start, this should start the agent. Let's give it a minute. Now, how LiveKit WebRTC works, as you know, I have already explained in previous videos, is once the agent starts, it registers itself as a worker to the LiveKit server. That means whenever a client joins, like whenever user joins into a room, then the LiveKit server knows what are all my free workers are, and then it will automatically add that worker into the room so that the agent can do the communication with the user. Now let us start our client. So this is the client part. This is the website that I was talking about, the futuristic website. So we will come here and we will do localhost 3000. And as you can see, our website loads up. This is really the futuristic website. I really believe that. I have already told about it before, that in future, all websites, or almost at least the service sector websites, will become like this. It will be like a multimodal website, not a website where people will just come and get information. And that's how an agency, I imagine, stuff for the clients that I would like to serve. Now, they will click get free online assistant. Once the user do that, it will ask for the permissions. Hello,
I'm Dela, your dental assistant at No Labs Dental Agency. Can I know if you are the patient or you're representing the patient?
Yes, I am the patient.
Great. Thank you for letting me know. How can I assist you today regarding your
Now, what I'm going to do is not going to tell my name or anything because as you can see, it's just asking me the what I need really. So I'm going to ask some questions based on my knowledge base. So let's go to the knowledge base and let's see, I don't know how this even names, so porcelain veneers. Let's talk about the braces. So come here. Hey, I am actually more interested about the fixed braces procedures. Do you know how much would it cost and how much time it will take?
For clear fixed braces, the duration typically ranges from 12 to 24 months. The cost usually falls.
Sorry, I missed the cost. What was the cost that you said?
No worries. The cost for clear fixed braces is usually between £3,900 to £4,500 approximately. This includes ceramic brackets, initial fitting, regular adjustments, and retainers. If you're interested in this treatment, I recommend scheduling an in-person appointment for a personalized assessment. Can I have your name and email address to assist you further with booking an appointment?
Yeah, sure. My name is Avijit, and
Great.
and this is my
Abhijit.
email address. Now, as you can see, this is the problem with the chat engine. So it has failed to do the function calling, and the reason is because I'm just going to close this because otherwise it will start processing. The reason why it's failing is because I am using the LlamaIndex chat functions as my LLM, not the OpenAI model or which as the function calling ability. So this is one of the limitations that you get when you use the LlamaIndex chat engine feature. So this is what I wanted to show you. So now that you understand how LlamaIndex chat engine works, let's go ahead and see how the query engine works. Now, as I'm building this particular AI agent to become a production like AI agent, I will cover it in more details and more in depth, and I'll show you how to build such things as part of the SaaS course that I have already pre-launched. And as part of the course, you will be also part of our meetups where the students and the other business owners who I name as SaaS Mastermind, they come up into a meetup session, and these courses are only available to those members. It's weekly meetup events, and the course is really available at 50% off at the moment because of the pre-launch phase. So if you really want to make your own SaaS through a proper procedure using SOP and everything else, please don't miss this chance to grab the course because it's still in pre-launch phase. We are still building the course, and you will be part of the building process as well. So that means by the time you will end up the course, you will have your own SaaS application ready. And I'll also show you how to build a proper production ready AI agent as SaaS as part of this course. So I really hope to see you in our next meetup call. And if you have any questions, any doubts, please come and join this community. This community is going really fast. I have just launched this community 4 or 5 weeks back. So we have already got 366 members. So please come and join the community and give your feedback, help other people, and let's know and grow together. Hi, the video has become so long unexpectedly, so that is why I had to cut this video into 3 parts. So all the 3 RAG agents we are going to discuss in 3 parts, and this is going to be uploaded almost at the same time or the near same time. So please go and watch the second part of the video to see the query engine RAG system using LiveKit agent. See you on the next one.